Now, you may not know this, but I love Love. First season, I watched it in a day. Second, watched it in 2, and the third season, I watched it in a day as well. You follow the ups and downs of Gus and Mickey, and it takes you on a journey that all seems too relatable at times. Here, we're going to take a look at Season 3 of Love and see what was good and what was bad about it. Before we go ahead, just to let you know, there will be spoilers. If you enjoyed this video and many of the others, then feel free to follow my Instagram and Twitter at BrainPilot_ for exclusive content before video releases. So without further ado, I'm BrainPilot, and here is the review of Season 3 of Love. This is the third year of the show, but it's only been about 8 months in the lives of the characters, and I like that. It's designed to feel like a relationship. A lot happens in a short amount of time when you're with somebody, and you really get that with the way that the show is spread over several years, but is actually a drastically shorter amount of time. Gus and Mickey obviously have their drama in the 2 previous seasons, but it's not as petty this time. They don't have as many stupid arguments about Mickey going off the rails. In fact, she doesn't go off the rails at all. She nearly did, but she didn't. And that is what probably causes the biggest argument throughout the whole 3 seasons. The fact that Gus doesn't think she's suitable to be a mother. This all happens whilst Mickey is meeting Gus's parents for the first time at their anniversary, and she threatens to leave. At this point in the season, you feel devastated for the couple. Obviously, you think Gus is being a dick for saying that, but you really don't want the pair to split. Whilst being in his hometown, you can see just how much Gus isn't like the rest of his family. He's almost the weasel of the family. The others go out hunting and are good at sports, whereas Mickey actually fits into this family more than what he does, and he notices that. This was really interesting to see because Gus, being the way he is, was apprehensive for Mickey to fit in, when in reality so many people experience that fear as well when it comes to their other half. After the argument that causes Mickey to want to go home happens, Gus goes into the room and tells his family how he's been lying to them all and trying to keep them all happy. When even though everybody thinks Gus has this perfect life, he actually sees himself as a failure. This was powerful because throughout the 2 seasons you see him work his arse off to get where he wants to be, when really the only thing he hasn't actually tried to do was be with Mickey, because it was so natural. The end of the season resulted in them running off and getting married. This was after Gus had been given his dream job of writing. My problem with that is it felt a bit rushed, but it was obviously going to be a happy ending with the show being called Love, let's be honest. However, somebody actually had a heart attack at the wedding, and they then said that they weren't going to get married due to it almost being like a bad omen or a curse. Later on in the episode, they go out onto the balcony whilst everybody else is relaxing with a drink, and they get married on their own. The final shot in the whole show is of the 2 of them looking at each other and smiling as they get eloped. As I said, of course it was going to be a happy ending. The show is called Love. I think the way the show ended was perfect for the pair. They are one of the most dysfunctional but happy couples out there. Only being together for 8 months and getting married? Yes, that is quick, but it works for those 2. There was a point in the middle of the season where it was revealed that Gus was engaged in the past, and it felt like something was going to happen between the 2, but thankfully it didn't. I feel like that would have made Gus even more of a weak character and not really in his personality. It's just not like that. There were a couple of other story arcs happening, such as Bertie and Randy and Chris, the love triangle. It was fairly interesting to watch, but you could tell that Bertie was suited more to Chris, and Randy acted like a fool a lot of the time, so that didn't really bother me. Mickey's character development throughout the whole show, let alone season 3, is drastic and impressive. You see her go from somebody who is out of control, who's a sex addict, who's a drug addict, to somebody who is excelling at her career, social life, and love life. However, Gus's is all over the place, but they both cross the finish line at the same place. It's almost like there's a role reverse. Overall, season 3 was the great way to finish, and it's a show that will be missed. The way it's relatable, its drama, and its lovable, friendly characters are what made the show what it was. However, I feel the show finished at the perfect time. I'm glad they're not dragging the story out even more, just as a lot of other shows on Netflix do. What did you think of the show Love? Did you enjoy it? Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.